Hey, Denny, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
yeah, no, it's great seeing you. It's been so long since seeing you. You're going to be presenting a pre-con session. Tell us about it.
Yes, I'm doing both a pre-con session and a regular session at the past Data Community Summit. So my pre-con, actually, both sessions are basically on the same topic. It's The topic is database administration for the non-DBA. So basically, everything that the non-DBAs need to know to work in a company that doesn't have DBAs. And you still want to be able to run those databases and keep those things happy and healthy. And this is going to kind of cover the way to do that and cover a lot of things that you need to know to just be able to keep things running, keep the lights on, how to back up the server, how to make the server go faster, how to make the database go faster. Those sorts of things are going to be the things that we're going to cover in both sessions. So the pre-con session is the 6 or 7 hour version. So obviously we're going to cover a lot more stuff. For the folks that can't come to that or can't get their bosses to sign off on it, I'm doing a little 1 hour session, a version of that on, I think, Thursday or Friday. I don't remember which day it is now. But it'll cover kind of the similar concepts, but obviously a much more condensed version because it's only an hour.
Right, right. So sort of geared toward the small to medium organization that doesn't necessarily have the budget for a DBA or don't really understand that they might need a DBA, and so
Right.
they send their IT pro there. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the exact target audience is the sysadmins, the developers of the world that have to keep things running, but they don't have the budget or maybe the need for an actual full-time DBA.
so, and then of course, if they don't have time for a full-time DBA, but they want an assessment of their current infrastructure, they can also give you a call.
Well, oddly, I do work for a consulting company, or I do own a consulting company. Yeah, so we'd be more than happy to have people come give us a call and drop us an email at info@dcac.com or drop me an email at denny@dcac.com. And we can get things straightened out and get things figured out and do an assessment for you and do some performance tuning and get things up and running.
So, Denny, you've been in the consulting biz for a number of years. How long has Denny Cherry and Associates been around?
So the company's actually been around for just over 10 years now. I think we started in like April 10 years ago or something like that. So been doing this for quite a while. We've got a good team of people working for us over on the company side here. There's 10 of us now. So we can cover pretty much everything cloud related or data platform related. So SQL Server, Oracle, Cosmos, Sybase, Postgres, any of those platforms, as well as Azure, AWS, GCP, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and you got some data warehousing, business intelligence professionals on staff as well to help out.
We do, we do. We've broken into that world with both Megan and Bill. So we've got a good team working on the BI side of the world, and they can do all sorts of cool things over in the BI space that I know absolutely nothing about.
But you got people for that.
Yes, I have people for that.
There's some conferences coming up. I know you like to be on the conference circuit. Are you heading out to BITS or into something happening in Las Vegas?
Yes, I'm not at the one in Vegas. I am going to be at Live 360, which is, I think, the week either before or after Pass. I don't remember which. And then obviously I'll be at Pass. And then I don't have anything scheduled currently for 2022 except for Data Grillen in Germany.
Excellent.
Which hopefully the pandemic will let me go to come June-ish, I think, in 22. But yeah, that's the next thing after this that I've got currently scheduled because BITS hasn't announced their dates yet. Because they're still apparently trying to figure out like the whole mask situation and legalities of having large quantities of people gathered in the same place and how this is all going to have to work. So they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. So I'm waiting to hear from them. And yeah, and then I don't think anything else is really scheduled. Then conference season is kind of winding down with Pass. So then we'll have to wait a few months and see how things spin back up.
Now, you also got some books that you wrote. I seem to recall you have a SQL Server security book. Have you done any writing lately? Is that your last the book that you've endeavored upon?
Yes, that is the most recent one that's come out. Is the SQL Server Security book. The third edition came out a couple of years ago, so I haven't done a new release since then. So the publisher hasn't signed off on it, and obviously can't do anything without them signing off.
You're doing this pre-con on the organization that doesn't have a DBA. What are some other topics that you enjoy speaking on?
So I love giving talks on index tuning, performance tuning. I've got a great talk on Azure that's been really popular at conferences recently. So I try to cover a large variety of stuff that people will find interesting. I'm usually more concerned with what the other people will find interesting rather than what I find interesting, because what I find interesting won't always put people in the seats, and that's what people want to do is they want to learn about stuff they care about.
Oh, that's good to be audience focused, indeed. All right. So, well, we're looking forward to catching your sessions, and wish you the best. And hopefully, we can see one another in person soon.
So, yeah, I hope so. I would love to be able to leave my house.
I think that's a sentiment agreed upon by all. All right. You take care. Thanks for your time, Denny.
All right, no problem. You too.